everybody. Justin Barber, the Mindful Barbarian. Today I'm coming at you from a job I'm working on. So my brother and I run a house painting business. I've said that multiple times if you haven't seen that in another video. And here in Missoula, Montana. And today we're on our 5th day of wallpaper removal on the inside of a house. We are removing wallpaper from almost every room on the main floor of this place. That's not fun. It is not fun. And I'll tell you what, I make a lot of videos talking about how nothing is permanent, nothing lasts forever, this too shall pass. And it goes for good stuff and it goes for the bad stuff too. And I really had to put that into practice this week because it sucks. Removing wallpaper pretty much has nothing good about it. The only good thing is we charge a lot to do it. I guess there's that. So it's expensive, it's labor intensive. Removing it, it's really difficult to get all the layers off without damaging the wall underneath. And you have to fix the wall up, then you got to paint it. And especially if there's massive amounts of wallpaper every place, you don't know what's underneath it. You don't know what the walls are like under it. It's awful. So anyway, it got me thinking about the concept that this too shall pass. And I've talked about that in other videos, but one thing I realized that I forgot before is my tattoo. If you watch anything, you can see at least my right arm tattoo. You can see this dragon, all that, and you can see my various flowers. These are symbolic cherry blossoms, and they don't necessarily look like cherry blossoms. That's one thing that's kind of funny about Japanese tattoos. They don't really look like a cherry blossom. Cherry blossoms are not that color, but that's what these are, and the representation of it, it's the idea of mono no aure. The Japanese concept of mono no aure is really simple. It's that nothing's gonna last forever. So, there's kind of this, in that realization, there's kind of this bittersweet feeling that you get. It's not gonna, so you better take advantage of what you've got while you've got it. And as I've said, conversely, it applies to things that are awful. So when you're scraping wallpaper and it seems never ending, because it practically is never ending, you just kind of have to remind yourself that, hey, it's gonna be done. There's nothing much you can do about it other than just get it done. Just keep on plugging away and do it. And that's what I do. I mean, that's what I try to do. And it is hard and it does suck. So there's a reason I got this stuff tattooed on me. And, when I had the choice to say, hey, okay, when we started out, I think I said this in another video too. When we started out, I knew I wanted this dragon. It is a sky dragon. You can see I've got all these wind bars and clouds and things. And, I wanted to start out, we decided let's put a huge cherry blossom right on my hand, right? So I don't have another hand tattoo. My other arm is pretty normal. Well, my other arm has a Jolly Roger on it, but still, not my hand, right? So the first thing we started with, she jumped on the cherry blossom and we started with that. And I see it all the time. And so it's one of those things where, even though you see it all the time, it doesn't mean you're necessarily gonna remember it. And I've got it there as a reminder. And sometimes you look past it. Well, I'll tell you what, my hand is pretty sore right now because of scraping and scraping and scraping. And it makes you like scraping around and trying to get all this stuff, trying to battle some of the wallpaper paste in a couple of these rooms. Actually, most of the rooms, unfortunately, are hard in this house. So anyway, trying to scrape that off just made my hands hurt after 2 days of it. And literally, we're going to be working on it for at least a week and a half, I think, removing everything, patching things up, doing all that. It's not a very good prospect, when you think, oh my God, I need to get some mental fortitude here. And I think here I am preaching it on the damn internet, on YouTube all the time, saying, hey, this too shall pass. And it will, and it is the truth. And I was thinking about it. So the last few days, I've been thinking, it will pass, and I don't like it, and I try not to dwell on it. I've just got to do it. It's part of my job that I don't like to do, but we've got to do it. And I do look for a bright side. One thing about it is the house is going to be really good when we're done. It's going to look really nice. I like doing that. I like transforming somebody's living space, whether it's inside or outside, from something that's less than perfect to something that is actually going to be really cool, really nice, and an easier place to relax and live in. So it's one of the good sides of doing what we do, and one of the good parts. So, but sometimes we've got to do that. It's the same with scraping lead paint off of something. That's not fun. I don't know if you guys have ever done that, but that's not fun. Any paint scraping is not fun, but scraping lead paint, it sucks too. But usually the end result is that it looks really good. So in this case, back with the cherry blossoms and what they symbolize, they blossom, they're there for a little while, and then they're gone. And I have that on my hand to think about, remember that, and think, yep, nope, this is just temporary, put up with it. And so I've been doing that all week. I've been actually doing a pretty decent job of reminding myself, yeah, this sucks. Soon enough you'll be done. What can you do to make your hand not hurt so much? I've got a lot of options there, but so today, for instance, we're patching up scrapes in the wall, or sometimes what happens after wallpaper is over time, people bang into the walls underneath, but you don't really see that. Then you go to remove the wallpaper and the walls are beat up underneath. So we decided to the point today where we'll start fixing that stuff. So we started doing that because I'm thinking, okay, I got to let my hand rest over the weekend so I can beat the hell out of it on Monday, which is exactly what we're going to do. And anyway, this too shall pass. And one of the things when my wife and I got together, one of the things that we really clicked about is that on her wrist, she has this too shall pass with a couple of cherry blossoms. She's had that for years, long before we knew each other. And I already had this kind of, symbol of the cherry blossom that I would think about and was working. I didn't have this tattoo yet, but I was thinking about that. It was already an important thing to me, and the concept of, impermanence was already a big deal to me. And one reason she and we just clicked because we both followed that philosophy without even really realizing it, And so I've had to use a little bit of that energy, and I figured I'd make this because I would tell you guys, hey, I might preach all this crap, but guess what? I have to use it too. It's like I say, I fail at these things all the time, and I do. But in this case, I've got to do something I don't like, and there's no power of positive thinking you're going to do to make it any better, really. You're not really going to get out of it by thinking yourself out of it. But I just try not to dwell on it. We throw some YouTube videos. We listen to YouTube videos all day at work. So we've been listening to Weird History. Check that out, actually. There's a shout out to Weird History. They've got some really cool stuff and lots of interesting, gritty, negative, generally history thing, but lots of cool stuff. Check out that one about the history of chimney sweeps in England. Holy shit. Yeah, it's crazy. Plus, from this vantage point, you get to see the Missoula Valley, a little differently. That's Mount Sentinel right there, and Patty Canyon up in there. So I've got a couple of videos already on there about, on the channel where we were hiking, right? We did one I need to put out where we hike from up there and this direction, and then this thing's not going to pick it up unless I super zoom and it looks awful. But anyway, I've got my one Mount Sentinel one where I'm making fun of my dog is up in this area right there, and I've got some of the creek that many of my videos, the impermanence ones, is that way. Doesn't that look cool? And you figure, this kind of cloudy day, and you're going to definitely see more videos up there, but in Rattlesnake Creek. That neighborhood is called the Rattlesnake, or that whole valley is up there. So anyway, it's kind of one of the things I decided instead of taking shots inside these guys' house, I thought, you know what? I'm going to go outside and shoot this video out here. I brought my gimbal with me just so I could do that. And, without kind of giving up their privacy or anything. And I thought, well, let's see Missoula from another angle, But anyway, I always say get out there and seize the day. Today I'm going to say definitely, do that. Get out there, seize the day. Don't let shit get you down. And if it does, it'll get better. Don't go get a flower tattooed on your hand necessarily to have the reminder that it'll pass. But hey, So I say it all the time, but if you do like what I'm doing, please do, like the video. Lots of times people don't like the videos. I used to watch a lot of stuff and I just never liked it. I figured, whatever. But in fact, the more interactions on a video, the more it helps out the content creator. So if you do like it or comment on it, even if you want to tell me to go fuck myself or something, whatever, it'd be kind of funny. But if you want to do something like that, hop on there and do that. I appreciate anybody that takes the time to watch this stuff and let alone get this far. I also appreciate if you're gonna, if you go and give me some interaction and make the algorithm pop it up a little quicker. So anyway, let's take a look here. Now I'm always finding some kind of animal, right? A beaver, werebeavers. Look at this. This is a flicker which is a kind of woodpecker. They're protected birds. They're pretty cool birds when they fly. The undersides of their wings are orange, so you see this flicker of orange as they fly, and they're big and fast. So when you see them go through the woods, they're pretty cool, actually. Not that that's that much to look at, because it doesn't look that good, but anyway, I'm gearing up to do a video about creativity next. I've got a bunch of waterfall stuff. Went and saw some super cool waterfalls. I need to get those together and throw them together, and get talking about that. I did a video, a recorded one about Lucille Ball, and I love Lucy. So I might do that this weekend and put it together. So anyway, get out there and seize the day. Thanks for watching. Like, subscribe, etc. We'll see you later.